Today's patio chat is being brought to you locally by Westridge Furniture in Delphus. See it all at your finer outdoor furniture store.
And welcome back to Noon Edition. We are with local attorney Jerry Pitts and something new. No, we're joking. We're going to talk guns because that's what we seem to do lately. You want to talk, though, specifically about the Bruin case from June of 2022. And this was actually in the state of New York where they were trying to make a decision for the first time where the Second Amendment was to have the right and bear arms in self-defense. But they said it will now carry past your house into public domain. So that got a little crazy.
Well, it's all getting a little crazy because it's, if you recall about stand your ground. But to go from there, when the Second Amendments, when the authors of the Second Amendments, the right to bear arms, at that time they did not ever consider that minorities, women, or Native Americans would ever be considered capable of having a weapon because those categories were considered as property. So now the Supreme Court has been inundated with all kinds of gun decisions made by lower courts. So the Supreme Court has pretty much says, yeah, we get it. You have the right to bear arms, but we're not going to try to monitor this. We're going to let each state monitor it on the grounds that, yes, you have the right to bear arms. That is in the Second Amendment. But let the states decide. And that's where all these crazy decisions are coming up. Such as one decision said that even if you're mentally ill in West Virginia, you still have the right to bear arm. Now, in other part of in Virginia itself, it says that young people from 18 on up should be now able to carry a weapon on that basis, saying that you can go to the military and have a weapon at that time. But that's a different circumstance. Now, how many more lower decisions by lower courts that are going to make decisions state by state stating who, what, how can carry a gun? Frankly, this gun situation is basically out of hand, except the manufacturers of guns.
Oh, absolutely. They're loving it.
So if they keep coming up with different situations and scenarios as to why you can carry a gun and under what circumstances. I was reading the other day as to each state now, if you have the right to carry a weapon, but how you carry it is determined by each state, and some states still have a license requirement. So therefore, you would not be able to have it at all. So under certain circumstances, we got to get some, what I think, uniformity. And I think the Supreme Court is going to have to take this thing by the horns and make some decisions that are universal, that everyone under these or those circumstances, with some exceptions, that are reasonable. But after this time, the right to bear arms, I think our forefathers were thinking about hunting more than anything, but they weren't thinking about the right to take a life.
Yes, we have to put ourselves in our founding fathers' shoes, and back then, life was entirely different from the way we certainly live it here today. Interesting thoughts to ponder. We thank Jerry Pitts for his time this afternoon, and Holly is back as she'll have a look at medical when we come back.